Welcome. This video is an introduction to note-taking. I will be using information previously covered to help you understand how to think about taking your notes. The goal is to create usable notes rather than, when you go back to read them, looking at your notes and thinking, I have no idea what that meant. You know, the most common mistake students make when taking notes is that they either take too much because they aren't sure what to listen for, or they take too few, again, because they aren't sure what to listen for. And how many of us really take no notes in class? I see heads nodding. How many of us are just doodlers? You know, you would be seeing my hand up. And how many of us never look at our notes after class? We might as well buy an Etch-a-Sketch rather than a notebook. Your goal is to acquire note-taking strategies that will help you learn course material and help you anticipate test questions. So it begins with your syllabus, understanding the course structure and major source of information. Review the syllabus video clip if you need a refresher, or continue because I will review this later in the video. So let's begin. The questions you should ask yourself as you review the note-taking videos are, what can I do before class? What can I do during class? And what can I do after class to help make me become an efficient note-taker of effective notes? Keep in mind, the best note-takers do something before class to prepare for the information about to be discussed. So before going to class, briefly review the topic on the topic outline in the syllabus for that week or that class. Here's an example. If the professor identified a method of accounting that will be covered during that class, you will probably hear about steps or sequence of the method, the purpose for using that method, or information such as that. If this is one of the many accounting methods that have been covered in the course, I might want to think about possible comparisons and differences. Just a quick review. There are other before-class strategies identified in Chapter 4. Look them over to see which ones are most compatible with your courses. So again, students who prepare before class know what information will be covered in class. They have a listening purpose during class. And because they have a listening purpose, they take effective notes during class, because they are mentally sorting out main ideas and significant details from minor details. Also, unanticipated information stands out as important. Finally, do something with your notes after class. Remember, you're an academic athlete and you need to practice. I'm now going to give you a little review of previous information that is relevant now. So let's get started. Remember when we discussed the major source of information and course structure in the syllabus? Well, that's important information now. There are 3 points I want to make. First, the major source of information tells you to either take comprehensive notes or skeletal notes. When the class is the major source of information, then comprehensive notes are appropriate. Your notebook becomes the major source of information. So it's important to take down as much of the information as you can related to your purpose. Skeletal notes, on the other hand, are appropriate if the text or other sources outside of class are the major source of information. So your notes may be examples or key terms, just the hooks to help you remember. You know, in some courses, when your professor gives you copies of the slides before class, then what is said in class that is not on the slide is what you want to write down. Those are skeletal notes. In addition to the major source of information, the next point I want to make is identifying the patterns of the information used by the professor, because that helps you identify the major ideas and the significant details. Reflect back, just as a review, to when we were learning about course structure from the syllabus. Remember? The patterns you looked for in a syllabus. Definition, simple listing, order sequence, compare and contrast, cause and effect. You'll notice that recognizing the patterns make it easier to not get distracted by insignificant material. And finally, the format of your tests or evaluations will help you know how to practice the material in effective ways, and your notes should make that easier. For example, if you are going to be taking an essay exam, then your notes should be written in such a way as to reflect essay answers. All this information is in the syllabus. You just need to identify and use it. Remember when I said that a syllabus is just so important and to use it as a learning tool? Notice how important the syllabus is in helping you be successful note-takers and test-takers as well in your courses. You've just been introduced to recognizing key factors in effective note-taking. I know this is hard to change because I'm trying to get you to alter a habit, but it really is time saver for learning both before, during, and after class. Remember, you are an academic athlete. Now, there are 2 additional videos describing specific note-taking strategies. The strategies described in those videos were developed by students who took my course in previous semesters, and we tailor-made strategies to specific courses on campus and their learning preferences. Each semester, students adopt the strategies as is or use them as a base and create a remix. Either way, success is at your fingertips. Now, view video clip Specific Note-Taking Strategies 1. Good luck.